Today, we have Stephen F. Austin guard, Narit Chotikavanic.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
It's been a long time. You was ducking us for a little while.
There's not too many Asian Americans and Thai Americans playing at this level. So anytime, I get a chance to rep Thailand and just kind of show what I can do on a stage like this, it means a lot.
You went to high school in Texas at Plano East, and you guys are the only 6A team to ever go undefeated and win 6A state chip. But I just want you to talk about some of your favorite memories.
What did your recruiting look like? Because you were a great player, obviously, in high school. You had a lot of winning. A lot of great players were surrounding you in Texas.
To be honest, that was stressful. I can't even lie to you guys. It was like I don't even like looking back at it now.
What did the portal process look like for you? Why you pick SFA? Talk about that whole process.
Coming from high school, under-recruited, then going to play in Division II, betting on yourself again and going in the transfer portal and shining over at SFA. What should we take away from your journey, bro?
I was a big Baker Mayfield fan, and I still am. That's my guy.
He's trash, but yeah.
No.
Welcome back to another episode of Not Even D2. I'm your host, KJ Allison, here with my boy and co-host, as always, Naruto Perdomo. What's good, bro? How you doing?
Good, man. Doing well on this fine Tuesday. It's raining a little bit over here in Utica, but doing well, my brother. How are you?
I'm chilling. Weather looks clear over here. New York City is good lifestyle though. I'm up and active early morning Tuesday. Life is good. I watched the Iowa State versus Houston game yesterday. You watch any of it?
I was working during the time. I had my intramural game too, but I heard they had a game winner though.
Yeah, it was a good game, bro. Houston and Iowa State, definitely two teams I could see in the Final Four getting all the way. The Big 12 is lit, bro. They got a lot of good teams, but Kingston Flemings, whew, he's different, bro. He had like 22 last night. He impresses me game by game. Iowa State, they shared the wealth last night. It was a competitive game, bro. If you get a chance, watch the highlights. Stephen F. Austin played yesterday too. I was tuned in a little bit. They on a 12-game win streak, which we'll talk about a little bit. But without the NBA, I've been a little bored, bro. I was trying to watch some highlights or something because the league is also lit right now. NBA All-Star Weekend, but everybody's just focusing on the tanking issue right now. I'm tired of hearing about that. What you think about the All-Star game now?
All-Star game was lit, bro. It was lit from the jump. I appreciated the effort. I think the word of the weekend is effort. I feel like I heard that in every interview that the players did, and every soundbite. And I'm sure that gets annoying for the players a little bit just to hear that, all week, all year almost leading up into the game. So they kind of almost had to try. But it was a great game. I just wish they didn't do like the 4 separate games. I wish they just did 4 quarters and just did subs for Team USA. But overall, good game. Shout out Kawhi, and they all put on for sure.
Yeah, I think so. If they did like a 4-quarter game, you would want more world team players in it, just because like it would be uneven with the amount of players. But yeah, I like that too. It was kind of whack just because Luka and Joker, not the game in itself, the games were really competitive like you just said, but Luka and Joker, they played 5 minutes and then we're like, I'm good off this. So it was whack, and then Shea and Giannis were out to begin with. So we didn't even get to see the best 4 world players, which kind of skewed the USA versus USA at the end, but it was still a really good bump. Like you said, effort, bro. Started by Wemby, and I respect him because you could tell, bro, he's just not one of those get to the game and have fun. Like, he takes everything as serious as it's a regular Spurs game or a postseason game. So I like his competitive fire, and then Ant got up for it. It was a really good game, bro, and shout out to the young guys for bringing a new energy to it. I seen that it had the highest ratings for an All-Star game since like 2011. So that's super big time. It was fun, bro. But let's talk about this episode with Narit Chotikavanic.
Narit Chotikavanic.
Narit Chotikavanic. I got it right that time. But yeah, this is a fire episode, bro. Narit's currently playing for Stephen F. Austin. Like I said, they on a 12-game win streak. They haven't lost since early January against McNese, which we talked about a little bit. But Narit's having a good year, bro. I mean, he's shooting almost 40%, 39.999. We were joking about that. He's just missing the 40% cut. But a lot of his shots are coming from the three-point line. He gets them up, bro. I can look right now, but probably averaging around like 6 a game. And he's a shooter, bro. And it's kind of funny looking at his game from what I was watching some film on West Texas this morning, and his game like completely not completely changed, but he was able to do like coming off pick and rolls, getting to the cup a little bit. But now I'm like probably 80% of his shots are coming from 3-point line. So just talk about Narit, this episode, all that.
Nah, I mean, definitely shout out Narit for getting on. He's a dog, and he's obviously a great shooter. I was really excited to do this episode for a number of different reasons. Number one, I mean, I mentioned this to Narit in the beginning episode before we got on the recording, but childhood best friend of mine was from Thailand. So to see a Thai basketball player playing in college basketball and killing it, I gotta hear this guy's story. And hearing his story is all about the work, bro. He puts in work. He just focused on where his feet were at. And he always knew that he was a Division I player. And I always appreciate that. It was confidence, but it was like it's not like he's not outwardly showing it. He's just like, nah, I knew I was a Division I player. I just had to get there and keep working. And that was his mentality, bro. And I think all hoopers, these last couple episodes, like these hoopers should really be listening to these episodes because these athletes have gone through their trials and tribulations of their own, problems and still pushing through. But overall, shout out Narit. It was a great episode. Narit, it was a great episode. He's a super cool dude, which I really appreciated because, sometimes there's not many of those in this space, but definitely a great interview, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, that blind confidence almost, just like the one with Toby too. It's just like they don't have a thought in their mind that they're not going to make it, bro. And that ultimately helps them to get where they need to be. And I'm excited to see where Narit's career kind of goes because, like you said, the work, it keeps going. So now how can teams are going to start running him off the line? They already are, but how can he take his game to the next level to be a threat outside of just a shooter? But just to look at some of his stats, bro, I mean, he went 8 of 10 from 3 the other night against Abilene Christian. He had 24 earlier in the year against Pepperdine. I think it was 24. 22 against Pepperdine. So he's having a really good year, bro. And this Stephen F. Austin team, they're 24 or something like that, 22-4. If they're like 25-3, whatever the record would be at the end of the year, if they went out, it would be 28-3. If they're 28-3, bro, if they don't get it at large case, I feel like there's gonna be some talks about how we talk about the bracket, because 28 wins, bro, regardless if it's in the Southland Conference or SEC, obviously it's different, but you got to start thinking about like certain mid-majors who have spectacular years get at large cases even if they don't win their conference tournament. But if you don't have any extra thoughts, we could get into this episode with Narit. So make sure to subscribe, go tune in to all of our content on social medias, follow us at Not Even D2, and we'll hear from Narit Chotikavanic. Say it again.
Narit Chotikavanic. All right, we are here, man, back again for another episode of Not Even D2. And today we have Stephen F. Austin guard, Narit Chotikavanic. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, for sure, bro. It's been a long time. You was ducking us for a little while. Let's talk about that situation first. So what you were saying off air about how you guys lost, so you was trying to hold it off. Talk about that.
No, I was just making sure everything was lined up. Didn't want to do it too soon or do it after a loss or anything like that. Just wanted to make sure we have everything situated.
I was texting Rude. I'm like, we're gonna record with Narit probably tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, I'll be like, oh, he said he can't do it today, like two or three times.
I was trying to keep you guys updated, but I was just making sure, and thankfully it worked out today.
Yeah, but you guys coming off a big win. That's your only conference loss to McNese, so you guys got back against them. Just talk about how the environment was. I saw some clips. The crowd looked pretty good, so just talk about that game last night.
No, yeah, it was the best crowd of the year, and it was the biggest game of the year. The crowd really is a big impact, especially in a game like that. The environment was good, but we know going over to McNese for hopefully the conference tournament, it'll be a lot crazier. But yeah, man, just taking it play by play, trusting the coaches, trusting your teammates. Yeah, high energy game. This is why you put in all the work. This is why you practice hard. So it was just fun to come out on top and get a little get back. But we know we have more work to do.
You feel like you thrive in those type of environments, bro?
Oh yeah. Those are the fun games. Those are the games that I look forward to. Not saying you look past any opponents, but especially a game like that, when they beat you before, you gotta bring your A game and you gotta be ready for war.
Yeah,
So,
facts. And also, McNese went to the tournament last year. I don't know. Obviously, you were on SFA last year, but that's probably some bulletin board material. Like, McNese is in the tournament. They was on top of the conference. They beat us. Like, a lot of motivations going into that game.
yeah, 100%. And we have two guys who were on that team last year, so they tell us about it. How they just, they think they run the conference, stuff like that. So we just got to make sure that we take it day by day and just show that we can hang with those top teams.
Yeah, that conference final might be lit. But before we keep talking about some basketball talk, I want to talk about some of outside of basketball. So I peeped that you're like tapped in with your Asian culture or the Thai heritage that you have. So just talk about that background, like who in your family is actually Thai, your relationship with that.
Yeah, so my dad's full Thai, and then my grandparents were born there as well. So I just, especially like in today's day and age, there's not too many Asian Americans and Thai Americans at least playing basketball or playing at this level and stuff like that. So anytime, I get a chance to rep Thailand, just kind of show what I can do on a stage like this it means a lot. And yeah, just try and bring that Thai heritage really anywhere I go, whether it's just like, just showing who I am or, like you see through Instagram and stuff like that, but just trying to rep the last name and all that stuff and show that, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
I gotta ask, bro, how many times a day do you have to correct someone to say your last name correctly? I gotta ask.
I would say it was worse, growing up and stuff like that, but over time you kind of get used to it. Nowadays, like just teachers and stuff like that, but I only have a few classes a week. But yeah, you get used to it. You just got to correct them really quick and hope they get it the next few times.
No, I already know. My name is not really too hard to pronounce, but I still get people who definitely mess up my name for sure, bro.
Yeah, you get used to it over time, but yeah, it feels good when people say it right the first time as well, and it's like, oh dang,
Yeah, for sure.
So let's get into some basketball talk, but I want to take it back. So you went to high school in Texas at Plano East, and this season, your senior season was really legendary, historic. You guys are the only 6A team to ever go undefeated and win 6A state chip. So that puts you in a certain category off rip. But I just want you to talk about some of your favorite memories. Obviously, winning a state chip, like that speaks for itself, going undefeated 40-0. But just talk about like some of the other memories you might have that don't get as much, clout as the state chip, things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, that whole year was just awesome, those guys, those teammates, the coaching staff. It was really just a year to remember. But I would just say, not more so the games and stuff like that, but just like the time that we spent off the court, the summer workouts, we did a few travel tournaments, and that was, of course, just fun hanging with the guys for really like 3 straight days and winning and stuff. But yeah, just I would say the day-to-day basis, whether it was a game or a practice, just playing with them and then doing stuff off the court and stuff like that. It was just a bond that I'll have forever. But yeah, I mean, we have a group chat and stuff like that. We text all the time, and I miss those guys a lot.
Bro, those high school relationships, especially the high school sports relationships, are super important. And those are like some of the longest ones that you'll probably ever have, those type of relationships. I'm wondering, though, I looked at the roster. You guys had a couple Division I players, if I'm not mistaken, on that team. How do you feel like competing against those guys every day? Like, I think it was DJ Hall, Jordan Mizell, I think played Division I right now. So talk about competing against them.
Yeah, no, the practices, those were truly the worst parts, especially like college practices. Just the running and the competition that we had, like you said, especially with DJ, Jordan, but like X, John, all the other guys, Ethan. It was just like you would just go at each other every day, and then you would be fine afterwards, but not really if you lost, just because they had the upper hand the day. But yeah, I mean, and especially that year, we were still like flying under the radar. So I think that also helped, just put a bigger chip on our shoulder. And it wasn't until like after the year we got recruited and stuff like that. But yeah, just going at it, we would do like just drills and running and 5-on-5. But I really think that's what got me better, played better defense, pass better, just like completely round out my game.
So I was curious, bro. I was seeing something on your Instagram that you came off the bench in high school. So what was that like? Like, obviously you're a scholarship player, regardless if it was D1 or D2. You're a scholarship. I saw that you was getting interest from D1. So what was that decision to either come off the bench, or do you think you were just off the bench, like, because other people were better?
I mean, I don't really know how to look at it. I just kind of had to do what I had to do, you know. I would just say it helped the team, you know, just coming off the bench being a spark, and then I would like finish the game. So I mean, I wasn't really tripping too much, but just kind of like doing whatever it takes to win. But I would just say coming in and then you kind of get a vibe of the game and stuff like that, and you get to see what the team's doing a little bit. But yeah, no, I just came off the bench mostly all the games and kind of just lit a fire under myself as well too, you know, just to keep proving people wrong and stuff like that. Especially when you come off the bench, no one really kind of takes your game seriously or takes you seriously. So just kind of trying to just do whatever I can to help the team win.
I was trying to find some other players that, you know, some notable players that were playing, that was playing in Texas while you were playing in high school. But overall, we have to point out that Texas as a state is a great basketball state, bro. It has a lot of great hoopers that have come out there the last couple of years. And it makes me wonder, what did your recruiting look like? Because you were a great player, obviously, in high school. You had a lot of winning. A lot of great players were surrounding you in Texas. So just talk about that process, bro.
Yeah. Nah, to be honest, that was stressful. I can't even lie to you guys. It was like I don't even like looking back at it now, just because like all the stress that my parents went through, my family, you know, just like because I felt like I was way better, and then we were trying to do stuff, email coaches, Twitter, whatever, you know, but it really never worked out. And then just like I would try and DM people, and they would never really answer, so I would just keep on winning, and you know, my parents and my close people by me would just tell me it would take care of itself and stuff like that. So I would just try to keep getting better, even though it was hard to look at and see, you know, no one really wanted you. Especially, I felt like I was a Division I player coming out of high school, but I just tried to stick with it. And then, you know, after winning the state championship, West Texas had reached out, and then I went on a visit there, and it just felt like home there. A good coaching staff, a great basketball school as well. Many great people that I still talk to from this day. But yeah, it wasn't really something that like was too good, especially now. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad it happened. It helped me. It helped shape who I am for sure. But yeah, it was just a stressful time.
I mean, I feel like it's stressful, like whether you have a bunch of schools hitting you up and your phone is flooded, or you don't. Like you don't have any schools, where it's like you're trying to figure out where to go. That's kind of interesting. And you talked about Division II having great basketball, great coaches. I want to hear more about this experience, bro, because, you know, a lot of our brand is based off of the fact that we were Division III players. Obviously, you came from Division II, so you understand coming up levels. So talk about that, bro.
Yeah, first off, I would like to say I would much rather like to feel the stress of being over-recruited than under-recruited for sure. But just getting past that, yeah, no, Division II, it was tough. Like, the players were tough. I think on our team, we had two other Division I guys, and then we had another guy transferred to a good Division II, another good Division II. But yeah, the conference was really tough. The players, it's tough, and you just gotta like take it day by day, because I wasn't really in a big city, you know, probably for the better. Just focus on hoops. Really, I kind of not like going into it, but I just felt like I felt like I was a Division I player, you know, so I just kind of stuck with it day by day, and then just whatever happened after the season happened after the season. But I just wanted to focus on winning, getting better, getting stronger and stuff like that. And, you know, West Texas was awesome. The competition was good. The conference was great.
Yeah, bro. So you were playing Division II, and I was noticing in your first few games you weren't playing that much. So just talk about what the work looked like individually to, you know, kind of build your narrative at that school.
Yeah, I would say, like beginning of the year I didn't really play much, to be honest, but I don't think the work ever changed. And especially like coming from the senior year of high school, junior year of high school, really to when it started, it just like I kind of got addicted to just getting better no matter if I was playing good, scoring a lot, or rebounding, or playing bad. I just always kept getting back and trying to get better and stuff like that. So yeah, even as much as it sucked to not play maybe like the first 2/3 of the season or really get the green light, I just kept trying to stay with it, just stay in the gym, eat healthy, sleep good, just not getting distracted with the facts, and just like wait on my opportunity. And, when the opportunity came, I was just ready for it and tried to strive in it.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's kind of interesting hearing you talk about, your journey from high school to Division II to Division I, and you're really saying like the work has not really changed. Like it's more me just being disciplined and staying, committed to my own process. And I'm wondering, like, that sounds easy for some people. Like they're probably audiences listening to it over a podcast. They're like, oh, I could do it too. But it's hard to stay that disciplined day after day How did you build that? Where does that come from, bro?
First it just comes from my family, my parents, my sister. You see it every day and stuff like that, so that's kind of what it takes. And then just them pushing you and kind of just like the competitive fire, I guess. But yeah, just staying ready and then always trying to, like, I guess, prove people wrong. You want to prove yourself right, but I feel like I just like to prove people wrong, to be honest. I don't really care. I already know what I think of myself. I do it every day. I just want to prove people wrong. And yeah, like D2, Plano East, all that stuff, SFA, it hasn't really changed. You just get better every day, have the mindset that you're the best, and then over time, hopefully, like, it'll pay off. And that's what you got to believe. You just got to keep your head down and just keep working.
Yo, I love your mindset, bro. That's inspirational talk right there, for real. And I'm curious how your process getting to SFA, right? So
Yeah.
D2, you're averaging 11 points per game. You win Freshman of the Year, but no slight against you, but you're not like dominating or nothing. So what did the portal process look like for you? Why you pick SFA? Talk about that whole process.
No, it was kind of the same thing as high school, to be honest. Like, the first day you hit the portal, you played. I had like 20 points the last 8 games and stuff like that. It starts off hot, you get the coaches texting you, but then, after a few days, it really just slims down. And then I think I had, to be honest, like 2 other realistic places to go, but none of them were as good as SFA. And I was just that was really kind of what it came down to. Matty B, the coaching staff, they really just brought me in, made it feel like home. Told me, we're going to compete, we're going to win a championship, and that's ultimately what it comes down to. But yeah, I really didn't have many other options. Just kind of the story, But yeah, just the coaching staff, the place. It's a basketball school. I just went on the visit. Didn't really take much, to be honest. It was a good fit, good spot, and I just committed.
Yeah, bro. And right now you having a good season. One thing I really respect about your game, and I don't know if this was conversations in the off season or just your confidence in yourself, but like some shooters, when they're on a team, they're only designed to shoot wide open shots, but you're taking tough ones. You're like early in the shot clock from deep. Like, I don't know if Coach B was telling you already, like, this is your role, I want you to shoot whatever you think is a good shot, or that's just you. So just talk about what side that was, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it comes from the work for sure, but the coaches and my teammates, it probably honestly is where it comes from. They trust me to shoot those, and honestly they expect me to shoot those. So just getting ready, staying ready, But yeah, it really is just the coaching staff believing in you, the teammates believing in you, because it's easy to do that when everyone else believes you can shoot it and believes you can make it. So yeah, I would just say that, and then working hard, all that stuff. But the coaching staff and the teammates do a great job in believing in me.
I was gonna say, we talked a lot about your shot and the mechanics of your shot. You're shooting 40% right now. Give us a little bit of insight into that, bro. The mindset of a shooter.
Yeah. I would just say, you gotta really work. You gotta believe that your work is gonna pay off. That's really what it is. There's no secret sauce, to be honest. Just getting better, game reps. You gotta practice really hard. That's what I feel like I learned mainly this year, but Plano East and even West Texas, like, when I'm practicing, when I'm not even shooting, but when I'm practicing well and I'm locked in, that's usually the games that I'm most ready for, or the games that we play well in. Just taking it, because you're not going to practice bad and just magically have a good game. So just staying ready and then trusting yourself. But yeah, just staying ready overall.
I'm curious what a shooter's workout like yourself. What your workouts look like, because as a point guard, feel me, I'm coming off of a pick and roll, getting a defender on my back, practicing moves, how to beat the big guy. But I'm imagining you're a shooter, you're working on a lot of different things. So just talk about what your workouts look like.
Yeah, no. Early, like in the summer and early in the year, it was definitely more like it was full every day, like 60 minutes live stuff, getting your feet set. Because I have great coaches and stuff like that, and then managers and GAs who do a great job of getting me ready. But I would just say, like, over time, I've kind of started to really learn how to work out and stuff like that, and especially in season. In season, I'm not really doing too much. Like, I have about 2 days of the week that I really go live and really, work on my feet and all that stuff. But other days, it's like, it's really specific on whether it's footwork or live reps or stationary shots. Just always trying to get better every single day. And then, over time, it really pays compared to just going hard like 4 days out of the week and then taking 3 days off, and then going forward. I just like get better every single day, whether it's you got to make 10 in a row or whether you just got to, make 5 in a row and then just shoot for 25 minutes and then get back to the recovery and get back to the training. Because that's also another thing, like recovery is a big part because the best ability is availability, so you want to make sure you're performing at a high level, your body feels at a high level. And yeah, just getting shots up, really putting in work over time and stuff like that, and it'll pay.
You shot 36%, I think, at West Texas, and then you shot 40%. You're shooting 40% right now. And was there a difference in your mechanics, you feel like, from West Texas, to Stephen F. Austin, or no?
Yeah. To be honest, I would say towards the end of the West Texas year, when I started working out, or like after the West Texas year, I kind of recorded my shot and figured out what I didn't like, what I didn't really like, and then over time I tried to work on that. But and then just not overthinking it, but just getting my eyes at the rim and getting a good base is really all what I think about, to be honest, and then just trusting in it, expecting it to go in and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say there was a little bit with West Texas. I didn't really record anything until after the season, and then I kind of looked at my shot, and there was just a few things I wanted to tweak. So over the offseason, I kind of just messed with it a little bit, and it feels good, and trying to get a little deeper range and stuff like that.
Word. Like Ruta said, you're shooting 40%, so keep it up, bro. But I want to talk about this Stephen F. Austin team as a whole, bro, because you guys are killing right now. 20-3 on the year, 13-1 in the conference. I'm not sure if you guys win out, if there will be at large case, because Southland Conference probably only going to get one team in, but in general, you guys are having a really good year. So just talk about like what makes this group a little bit special compared to other teams you might have been a part of, or just like your perspective on the team as a whole.
Yeah, no, I think we got, first of all, like Coach says all the time, I think we got really high character people as well, and then you really got some winners and you got some dogs who just make it easy to play with, make it easy to practice, to play for, especially, and then the coaches are, one of the top coaching staff, if not the top, I would say, in the country. They do a really good job at making sure we're ready, getting us ready if it's like we're lackadaisical and stuff like that, but just staying ready. And the team is I don't know. I like these guys a lot, to be honest, and it's really fun to hang out with them, but then also to really play on the court and practice together, like get better every day. And then like the people are really cool. So it's an easy team to play hard for, and especially when you're winning. But even in the summer with no record, with none of these good wins and stuff like that, we were still going at it and getting better. And then, over time, good stuff happens.
That's special, bro, and it's showing on the court because it seems like the good character aspect you're talking about translates to the chemistry you guys have. I don't see it. Obviously, like, you're not going to play perfect games, but it looks like you guys all share the ball really well. You guys all have confidence for the other ones to make a good play. I was curious about your coach. How do you pronounce his last name? I know it's Braeuer. So Coach Braeuer, he was at Texas A&M past 2 seasons when they were pretty good. So just talk about like maybe what makes him so good, why you think he's the right guy to lead such a special group.
Yeah, without giving away all the secret sauce, I would just say like the players he recruits, he's a high character man and stuff like that. But he just really preaches us to play hard and then play for our teammates. Which is what the 2 most important things, to be honest. Because if you do that, you can always get better, and then when you get better, like I said, good things will take care of itself. But yeah, he really just pushes us in practice, especially in the summer, and especially now, like, just always getting better, one game at a time, 1-0, just like never get too high, never get too low, I think is a big message as well. Especially I kind of got that at Plano East, you can't get too high on a good win, but you can't get too bad, like on a bad loss or bad practice. You just got to keep staying even kill, and then over time, keep getting better, and then, the results will take care of itself.
I don't know what lesson you got there, because Plano East, you didn't lose any games, so there was no getting too low.
that was the main one. Just like, yeah, you got to go 1-0, and then even here as well, like, you can't look, a few weeks ahead. Like even as we're talking about it, our next game is Lamar, and like Coach says, that's the biggest game on our schedule. So you got to be, whether I don't want to name any names, but you just got to be ready to play each and every game like it's your last game and play it like it's your best game.
You kind of just touched on it, like you're not trying to look too far ahead, but if you could talk about a little bit more about what your mindset is toward heading into the final stretch of Southland play, conference tournament coming up. Just talk about your goals, your mindset heading into the final stretch.
But yeah, like the goal is, to win a regular season conference championship, and the goal is to win a conference championship. So every day we just got to get better, keep getting better. I believe in this team. I believe in the coaching staff 100%. So we just got to keep staying focused. Can't let any of the outside noise and stuff like that get to us, especially when you're winning. Everyone's telling you how good you are, how all this and all that. You just got to stay focused with the guys in the room, and just go 1-0. I can't really harp on 1-0 more than that. It's really important to go 1-0 every day, whether it's a game or a practice. You just got to keep getting better, and then over time you you trust the work that it'll pay, and then it'll pay.
Nah, for sure, bro. Definitely appreciate your words. Definitely an SFA fan for sure for the rest of the year, and as long as you playing for them, my boy. But I'm wondering, of course, yeah. I'm wondering though. You have a great story, obviously, coming from high school, under-recruited, then going to play in Division II, having a battle at Division II to get playing time, then finally getting playing time, then betting on yourself again and going in the transfer portal, not having that many options, and coming to SFA and shining over at SFA. What should college hoopers playing right now, what should we take away from your journey, bro?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know how long you want the response to be, but I would just say, keep getting better. You really got to love it. First and foremost, but everyone at some point, everyone has the same love for the game. The work ethic, the sacrifice. That's really what's going to pay. And like junior year, I believed I was a Division I player. Even if it didn't show, you just always got to believe in yourself, work hard, trust the people around you. But the work never lies. You can take shortcuts, and maybe it'll work out one day. But you just got to keep working, keep getting better, and just put your head down, believe in yourself, and good things will come.
100%, bro. I love it. Appreciate your words, and it's been a great episode with you. And I think young hoopers should definitely listen to your story, bro, because you have an interesting one, like we already talked about. Transferring different levels, going through different challenges throughout your career. But we have rapid fire, though. We usually end the episodes with this, starting 5 right after. You ready for rapid fire?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, first, who was the best high school player from Texas that you played against? I got to hear this.
Oh, I can give you. Oh, yeah.
Give me one, because you got started 5.
Trey Johnson.
Yeah. Trey Johnson. All right, I like that pick. Next rapid fire question for you. What is the most, because football is a very big sport in Texas, so I'm assuming that you're a football fan.
Oh, yeah.
What is your number one football memory that you have? It could be from high school, watching high school or NFL, whatever it is.
My freshman year of high school, I was on the freshman team, and I had a game-winning pick six, so I would say that.
Okay.
0-0, I would say that's probably my best football memory, to be honest, game-winning pick six.
Did you have like an NFL player that you watched or liked similar to like basketball?
I would say college. I was a big Baker Mayfield fan, and I still am. That's my guy.
He's trash, but yeah.
No. My dad was a big OU fan, so Baker Mayfield. That's what I would say.
Hey, don't let any Bucks fans hear what KJ just said, man.
Yeah.
Nah, but last rapid fire question I got for you. 3 shooters that you would want to shoot with in a shooting contest.
Ooh. Okay. All time?
All time.
I would go Steph first, Ray Allen, and then I'll go maybe one present. I would probably say I'll go Knippel. I've been watching his film. I was watching his film.
Nah, that's super tough, bro. Those are all shooters. Put yourself in that category now too.
Yeah, no. I thought, yeah, that was, yeah. Me, of course, at the 4. I'll go there, but yeah, I would love to get a shooting competition with them.
So this is a similar starting 5. So basically, you're a coach assembling a lineup, point guard through center, and this lineup you're gonna build as you're the 2 guard, and you need 4 other people. But I only want it to be people that you played with. So it could be people from high school, D2, your team now. So just tell me that lineup. I was gonna say I don't want to get you in trouble in the locker room. Some of your old boys hitting you. This is just for fun.
I would focus more on the past since I'm still playing with these guys. So hopefully that'll cut me some slack here. But I would go at the 1. I would probably go. I would go Jordan Mazzell from Plano East at the 1, and then me at the 2. At the 3, I would go Brock Meshach. He was hurt my last year at WT. He's a great friend that I still keep in touch with. And then at the 4, I'll go DJ Hall at the 4, and then at the 5, I'll go Noah Pagano, who is also my WT teammate. And then coming off the bench, I'll go Mackenzie Morgan, also at WT.
Okay. You got a nice little lineup. You guys are going to be tough, but appreciate you getting on, bro. That's going to do it for another episode of Not Even D2. We appreciate you getting on, like I said, bro. And we big fans of SFA, hoping you guys get it done. Obviously, we're not looking too far, but hope you guys get it done and we could watch in March, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys for having me on once again.
That's going to do it for our conversation with Narit Chotikavanic. And it was a really good episode, bro. I mean, like I said, his future is pretty bright. He's only a sophomore right now, so the levels he could get to is pretty high. I'm excited to see where his future goes. What you think about this episode?
Nah, I mean, obviously, great episode. Shout out, bro. He was super cool, and I feel like a lot of the people that we've talked to have been really cool. I'm interested in the viewers can spot out which ones that we didn't really mess with. But it was definitely a great interview, bro. And I thought your point about like how his game has changed, that he got to D1, you're right. But like you just mentioned, like he's young, bro. So like it'll be interesting to see how his game develops over the years. But yeah, so we're doing the spotlight right now, right?
Facts. Not even D2 spotlight to close it.
So the Not Even D2 spotlight, I really, really wanted to do another Empire 8 player because there is an Empire 8 player that's been killing right now that we had on the pod, or we were supposed to have on the pod, but there's some Wi-Fi issues. But I can only shout out EA players from Utica, so I'm not going to do that. So for my Not Even D2 spotlight, I will be picking Joe Riley from Wesleyan. Even after losing some big pieces like Shane Regan, Nikki Johnson, they're back to the top of the NESCAC. I mean, that's an elite coaching job by our guy right there, man. We got to pop out if they in the chip.
Yeah, I'm down. Shout out to our guy, Coach Riley. He's a good coach, bro. Every single player that we've talked to that was coached by Riley only speaks highly about him and how they learned so much from him. My spotlight, I'm kind of stuck between 2 UAA coaches, but I'm going to save the next one if they keep rolling. But mine is going to be Coach Meg Barber, NYU women's basketball head coach. And I mentioned this in the last episode, but they just did something super historic. They broke the NCAA Division III consecutive games won record. They're currently at 84, 85 wins. I think it's 84, and they're going to keep going, bro. It was 82 at the time, so they're continuing what that record's going to be. And the next record they got is UConn is like 111, but I want to put it past them to get it, bro. But either way, shout out to her and the NYU team, bro. They're my favorite to repeat again. That would be a three-peat first or second team to ever do that in Division III. It's gonna be special, bro. But shout out to Coach Barber and Coach Riley, made the Not Even D2 spotlight. That's gonna do it for another episode of Not Even D2. We appreciate you tuning in week to week. Make sure to subscribe, go follow us at Not Even D2, and we'll see you next week on Thursday.